you saw on that play with 2 seconds left, they called that got to Paolo. What did you see on that play, and what were you trying to get?
Well, they did a great job of pushing Paolo off the spot, trying to get him a curl to that basket, screening our own end, and they did a great job of pushing him off the spot, making a catch a little further out than needed.
Obviously, the first game with the Kings went to double overtime. You guys have had some crazy ones against them. Just what can you take away from a game like tonight, where it's back and forth, it's high stakes late?
I mean, 19 lead changes, tied 13 times. I mean, that's the battle we've had with them. I mean, similar to the game there, with being down bodies at the same time. But again, the poise, the resilience, the ability to fight back as they go on their runs. And we'll just have to keep looking at these films and how we can learn from these situations.
In addition to that final shot, what did you want on that play before the final shot, where you guys had multiple chances? What were you wanting there?
I mean, I don't know that you can get better. We had 2 layups at the rim, missed a 3. I just think, you get great looks at that. They just didn't happen to fall.
Jamal, how do you assess how your team played tonight, both the negatives and the positives?
Well, that's one of those ones, Josh, honestly, go back and look at the film, because the emotions of it right now would say that, we did some good things and we did some things that we have to improve on. 13 turnovers is a low number, but it still gave up 19 points. So we got to make sure we're taking care of the basketball, and the open live ball turnovers is the ones that hurt the most. I think, depending on what angle you're looking at, the foul situations, being able to defend without fouling at the right times. I think that's one thing you have to continue to look at, but obviously going back and looking at the film will be the way to, analyze it a little more.
On the foul call against Jalen, on that sequence that nearly resulted in a backcourt violation, I think it was the last 30 seconds, did you attempt to get a challenge?
By the time I did, he was already at the free throw line.
Was that the explanation from the officials that it was too late?
I'm not going to get fined, Josh. I'm not going to go into the conversation with him.
It was 4-3 for Sacramento in that fourth period of play. Keegan had 3 of them. Did you want to see, you guys try to run Keegan Murray off the line a little bit more, or what was the game plan just defensively for him in that fourth period?
Looking back, jumping into his body, jumping over screens, getting over screens, he hit some tough ones. There was an offensive rebound that came back out to him, just finding a way to get to him. But again, I think he hit some very tough ones that I think they were highly contested, getting to his body a little bit quicker. But you didn't give him credit. He hit some tough shots.
Beyond the fourth quarter, there's a 13-0 run, I think, in the third quarter, and you went 5 minutes without scoring. What did you see during that stretch that maybe needed to be tweaked and eventually did get tweaked? And what does it say about the team to be able to respond and get back into the game despite going so long without scoring?
Well, it says a lot about our ability to get back and just stay poised no matter what. I think there was oftentimes that we just missed a lot of open looks, and I think that's how the game started as well. I mean, we had layups at the rim we missed. We had open threes that we missed. So again, it wasn't like we weren't getting good looks. I think a big portion of it was shots were not falling.
When you have a game where it's, everyone says make or miss league, when you have a game where, maybe you go back and look at the tape and see that there are a lot of good looks, do you just shake it off and chalk it up to that, or how do you respond to something where maybe you're executing and the shots aren't falling and you don't get the results you want, but you're still doing the right things?
You have to stick to the process. I mean, this is one of those games that the shots were not falling. They hit some big ones, and we missed a lot of big shots. And similar to that, the last scenario where we get 3 good looks at it, the ball doesn't go in. And so our ability to take the process, over the results in this moment is something that we'll have to continue to learn from.
Coach, J.I. had tied his career high with 25 points, was really good on the defensive rebounds, and just altered so many shots at the rim. Can you just talk a little bit about his play tonight and what you saw from him?
I thought he was great. I thought he did a great job defensively. Obviously finding areas on the floor. They were finding him for his wide open shots. Did a great job on the glass. Just played with a level of intensity and energy that we needed on both ends.
Away from Wendell in the fourth quarter, what led to that? Was it just Jonathan Isaac, or what led to not going with Wendell late?
So I think we just asked that question is, how great J.I. was playing. I think you got to go with the rhythm and the flow of the game in those moments, and that's what it was for for tonight.
How's Caleb doing, first of all? Can you talk about also Paolo's ability, again, to battle back after a slow start?
I think that's the thing that he's continuing to do. Recognizing how teams are playing him, they mixed the defenses up. Did a good job of just trying to find open spots, open looks, passing the basketball. I mean, finding a way to get 27 assists tonight as a team. If you drop a couple more shots, then you have more assists. But Caleb, I think, is going to be reevaluated tomorrow. Just a sore ankle.
Coach, you've got 3 days until your next game. How appreciative are you that you get this time off after a loss like this?
That's great. I mean, the guys be able to recover well. As hard as we play, we got to make sure that we recover the right way and be ready to go, for our next game.
Thank you, Coach Mose.
Thank you, guys.
You guys obviously had a couple opportunities, down the stretch. What did you see as kind of the difference that you didn't come away with this one tonight?
We had a few opportunities down the stretch, and I think we had I don't remember when it was. It was at some point, maybe fourth quarter or something, where maybe a 2-3 minute stretch where I think we might have turned it over once or twice, missed a few shots, and I think they came down and capitalized. I think they hit some big shots. I know Ellis, he hit a big step back shot, which hurt because I think we had some momentum going. That got him the lead up to I think 3 or something like that. But and that's a tough game, man. That's a tough game. It's a really good team, well coached. They got some good players, but this we had a chance to win a game. You can't ask much more than that in the NBA.
With every game mattering this late in the season and standings changing daily, what did you guys maybe talk about after this game that is such an emotional game like that where it was back and forth so much?
Kind of the same thing I just said. Like Mose had said to us that he's like, look, y'all fought. We had a chance to win a game, but it's not the last possession that lost us that game. It's not that. There's several possessions throughout the whole game where that can affect the outcome of the game, and so we just got to key in on those details. Not maybe have those mental lapses, not a few turnovers here and there. It's a lot of stuff building up to the moment, which puts us in that situation at the end of the game. But look, as I said, it's a really good team. They're a playoff team. They've got some really good players, and it was a dogfight. So a lot of respect to Sacramento.
One of those moments was in the third quarter. I think they went on a 13-0 run. You guys went scoreless for 5 minutes, I believe, in the third.
Oh yeah, to start the third, right?
Yeah, like right at the beginning of the third. What did you see during that stretch that maybe needed to be corrected or was corrected, and what does it say that you guys were still able to kind of fight back and give yourselves that chance to win despite struggling that much?
Yeah, we had we came out and we just we were pretty stagnant to start the third, but once we kind of figured it out, we got that ball popping. We were letting the ball find the best shot for the team. Obviously Paolo made some great plays happen. We had some other dudes hit some shots, but we just we're a good team. We're gonna figure it out, and we're very well coached, and we have some guys who see the game well, and so we were able to fight back, and it's a game of runs. So they went on a run, we went on a run. That's how it is.
Going up against a team, a good team like Sacramento, what does that say about how, kind of fine the margin is between winning and losing as you guys get closer to the playoffs?
Yeah, there are a lot of good teams in the league, and sometimes the difference between winning and losing is just a few possessions here and there, like maybe 3-4 possessions in a single game, which could, have a team going and getting 40 wins in the season, have a team going and getting 25 wins in the season. So you just you're keen on the details, and you just try to do all you can to erase the mental lapses during the game, and those will help you change the outcome at the end.
Cole, you talked about in the fourth quarter, Keon Ellis hitting that big shot when you guys were getting some momentum. I think Keegan Murray had 3 triples in that fourth period of play. What did you guys want to see from him defensively, trying to run him off the line and just make those kind of adjustments on a guy like him?
Yeah, I don't think we did a great job getting him off that 3-point line. I know he came off of I think he might have came off 2 DHOs where they were uncontested. And for us, we gotta do a better job of that. We have the dude chasing him, trying to chase him off the line in pursuit mode. We got to do a better job of having the support to allow him to help to get back to that. And so, game plan was to not let him get those threes, but we let him get those threes, so that's on us.
Well, it seems like another example of, you guys getting lessons before you get into the playoffs of how to win games and win playoff games. This is a pretty equally matched team that you guys fought brick for brick, and you can see the mistakes that you made. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I'm sorry. What was the question again? Say. I'm sorry.
The question is, you guys are learning game by game of how every possession counts in the game, and you see you pay for it in the end. Can you talk about that a little bit? You did mention it before.
Yeah, I mean, I think the further we've gotten into the season, especially post All-Star break, we've seen several really good teams that have been in the playoffs that, we've been fortunate enough to play in these games that feel like playoff games. I'm obviously never been in the playoffs, but I've watched a lot, and that to me, it looks like we're replicating, the playoff experience. Not a lot of fouls being called. They're letting you play a lot. These tight knit games. My fault. Yeah, I gotta get this lifting. But yeah, it's great that we're able to get these experiences before we get to the postseason. And I think we got to just learn from every angle that we can, and this is another learning experience tonight against, as I said again, a really good team with some really good players. And we just gotta get back in the gym and regroup and get ready for who we got. Golden State next. Yeah, get ready for Golden State, another good team.
Thanks, Cole.
Yep.
Take us through what you saw on that last play, with about 2 seconds left, and kind of what you got and what you were hoping to get out of that last possession.
The play was drawn up to curl up, get the shot, and just caught it. Didn't have much time.
We've talked a lot about this team learning how to win in different ways and whatnot, but what can you take away from a game like this where it's back and forth down to the wire? Obviously, you guys had a game earlier in the year that went to double overtime versus Sacramento, but what's the big lesson that you can take away from this loss?
I would just say all little things matter, because sometimes you can't control certain things like what calls refs are going to make and stuff like that. So you just got to try everything you can do on your part as a team.
Kind of building on that, the game's not always lost in the fourth quarter. I think you guys gave up a 13-0 run, went scoreless for 5 minutes in the third quarter. What did you guys see in that moment, and what does it say about your guys' ability to fight back and answer back to get back in the game after going that long?
They went zone. That gave us trouble. And then, we were able to fight back. Some guys came in, made some big plays, big shots. So just proud of how we got back in the game.
When you're facing a good, Sacramento's a team that went to the playoffs last year. They're in the playoff hunt again this year. When you're facing a good team like that, does a game like tonight kind of show you how fine the margin is between winning or losing in playoff-type games?
A little bit. Every time we've played them, I think, since I've been on the team, it's been that similar game, and, they always win. So maybe it's just them.
Paolo, can you talk about how difficult it is to work through the screens that Domantas Sabonis is setting and sets guys free, for three? Just it seemed like there were some open looks for some guys tonight, and Sabonis is obviously the key to setting a lot of those screens and getting guys open.
Yeah, that's what he do. That's why he gets paid what he gets paid, to help, run their offense and set those screens, It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he gets a lot of guys open.
Jay obviously had the big game that he had. What kind of energy did he bring to tonight's game, and how did that lift you guys up?
Yeah, no, he's always going to bring that intensity. When he's making shots like he was today, it really helps us. And, we just want him to always be aggressive, look for a shot.
You guys had a few different opportunities down the stretch. What did you see kind of as the difference, where they were able to come out on top and you were guys a little bit short tonight?
Honestly, it was just great looks to win the game. They just didn't fall. I thought we fought really hard tonight to grind it out, and, the game was ours. Just an unfortunate, call down the stretch, and we didn't get a chance to challenge, so it just, it sucks, but, I thought we really fought hard and, played well.
Game recently, just what was working for you tonight, and what's it feel like when you're having that type of first half performance?
Honestly, I'm just trying to just play hard, and the ball was falling. I felt like I got some open looks, and once they start dropping, you just feel more comfortable and confident out there, and that's just been a trend for me. Just overall, I feel more comfortable. I feel more confident on the court, in my body, and just my shot for sure. And so I'm just letting it fly.
Kind of mentioned that you're feeling more confident on the floor. Is there been something or a moment where it feels like it flipped for you, where you feel, maybe not all the way back to where you were before, but getting closer and closer to that mark?
Honestly, no. Not a specific moment, but I think just the progression. I'm not as tired, not as sore, and just continuing to work through it. And my shoulder's been feeling really good on my right side, so the shot's been feeling good.
J.I., what's it like to defend Sabonis, and where do you think you had success against him?
I think just trying my best to get the ball out of his hands, and not let him get the ball. So, when he's trying to post up, I'm trying to get in front, I'm trying to get around, just make it difficult for them to get the pass in. And then when he does have it, just try to wall up, try to meet him at the rim, stay down on his pump fakes.
You just talked about, your offensive performance, you getting back into shape and back into form with it all. But, hearing those MVP chants from the fans, the team consistently talks about, how valuable you are on both sides of the floor. But just to hear that from the fans, how much does that mean to you?
It means a lot. The fans have been through a lot when it comes to, me as an individual on his team. And, to be feeling the way I'm feeling, to be where I'm at right now, and for, our entire team to be where we are right now, honestly, nothing short of a blessing. And, I just try to just continue to, put one foot in front of the other and just give all glory to God and keep moving forward.
Jonathan, how are you feeling about your potential going forward, not just for the rest of this season, but for the rest of your career, in terms of putting the injuries behind you once and for all?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel great. I feel great. Not even to think about what will be in the summer and all that stuff, but I definitely feel like I'm, again, just feeling more comfortable, feeling more confident, and, getting my wind back. I'm, not sure what's going to happen with minutes as we move forward and all that stuff. I'm just trying to, when I'm on the floor, I'm trying to play as hard as I possibly can play and push the limit of how far I can go, and, just take it one day at a time and see where it goes.
Jonathan, everybody knows your prowess on the defensive end, but tonight offensively, you took 13 shots, made 10 of them. That's the most shots you've taken, the most shots you made all season. Just what were you seeing tonight on the offensive end that kind of got you going and kept you motivated on that end of the floor?
I just felt like I was open, and again, once you see one or two of them drop early in the game, it's just okay. If it swings to me in this corner, I'm going to shoot it. And so that was kind of my mindset, and then just playing in the pick and roll, running the floor, playing hard, and my teammates were great about finding me. I had a lot of dump offs and just great passes that led to fast breaks and finishes around the rim and all that stuff. So definitely more than just me.
As a team, kind of focusing on tonight's game as a team, are you guys still kind of learning how fine the margin is between winning and losing when you're going up against a quality opponent in a kind of playoff type game like tonight was?
I think for sure. I mean, honestly, outside of, I don't think we turned the ball over a whole bunch tonight. Outside of just a couple lapses tonight, I think we played a great game, and we had the lead. With seconds left, it was just unfortunate the way that last kind of minute played out. But I think we put ourselves in a position to win the game, and it just didn't shake out for us. For that to be a team that's around the top of the West and playing the way that they've been playing, I think it says about who we are, and we continue to get better as a young group. But I think the sky's the limit for us.
With about 4:17 left in the game, you check back in, playing that stretch five. How much more comfortable are you getting into that role? This is a couple of times now we've seen you this season playing that five role. You really feeling that, comfortability? Because I know last time you talked about it, you said it was a bit of an adjustment. So
yeah,
where are you at right there now?
Definitely getting better. Playing the pick and roll, especially defending it. I'm learning how to do that better, and then just focusing on boxing out. It's a bonus, and other big guys that I'll be coming into play. I got to box out, I got to rebound, and then just be as physical as I can be and try to limit post ups. So yeah, I definitely feel more comfortable out there running with the guys and finding places where I can be aggressive. There was one. Sabonis isn't used to running out to somebody shooting the ball, so I was able to get an early look like that, and just again picking my spots and finding a way to score.
Jonathan, nothing short of a blessing. I love how you put that. I did want to ask you about the maintenance days that you take every once in a while. You get a break. How's that helping you down this stretch of the season?
It's been a blessing too. Just figuring it out. The coaching staff, the training, team has been fantastic with me, and we're just trying to figure out how to have me playing in this way right now. And that has been, sometimes back-to-backs just, aren't going to do it. And I've been continuing to push the envelope when I'm out there on the floor. Okay, I can do another 2 minutes. I can do another minute. And trying to push my conditioning to a level where I can stay out on the floor. I don't have to come out. So I'm working on that. But, they've been great rocking with me and trusting me to say, hey, I feel like my tank is on E right now. I need a day. And, knowing that when I come back, I'm going to give everything that I got.
Thank you, J.I.
Appreciate it.